China recently pledged to buy U.S. soybeans, with bids fluctuating over the course of this month. Our ag specialist, Julia Thomas, listened in on the Missouri Governor's Conference on Agriculture and has the latest on soybean trade and Brazil's role as the leading producer.
Historically, China is the leading buyer of U.S. soybeans. Due to the trade war, China put a pause on buying the U.S. crop until recently. During that pause, China purchased more and more product from Brazil. Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins recently made comments mentioning the U.S. needs to reduce its reliance on China. That brought up the question during a panel at the governor's conference on what should the next steps be in marketing American-grown products.
When I look at Southeast Asia, Taiwan, Bangladesh, Indonesia, those are all countries that saw a reduction in some of the non-tariff barriers that we've been fighting in that region for a period of time. Now, those countries, many of them are in the top 10 population countries in the world. So we're not talking about small countries. These are people that are going to consume product. It's also a region we believe to see growth and protein potential moving forward.
Brown also went on to say that he predicts the non-tariff barrier reductions could benefit markets moving forward. According to the USDA, Brazil is the #1 soybean producer in the world, accounting for 40% of global production. Another topic of discussion was, is the deal with China actually a good deal for American farmers?
I hope it is, and we need to have a good relationship with them. But, the other side of that coin is, if you ask me, did he do right by calling them into question, the answer is yes. This country for far too long has just been too good at go along, get along with people, and we need to have leaders that are going to enforce agreements, that are going to get good agreements, and then hold people's feet to the fire.
Brown spent some time abroad in Brazil during college. He had some takeaways to share discussing how Brazil became such a soybean powerhouse.
Competitive. One of the big challenges is the currency devaluation that we've seen. When I was down there, a bushel of beans was more or less $10, right? That was what it was in the United States. That's what it was in Brazil. Here earlier this year, a bushel of beans was $10, right? You do the currency evaluation, and at the time I was there 10 years ago, $10 beans in the U.S. equated to about $30 beans for Brazil.
Brown said that is the biggest challenge. He went on to discuss land use in Brazil, equipment sharing, and innovative ways to double crop, and the emphasis Brazil puts on public research. He says these are all areas the United States could look further into on how to improve at home. I'm Julia Thomas reporting for Tri-State Trusted News.